families spent their time in restaurants planning backup meals when the institutions they were patronizing inevitably disappointed them. "So, Alek, your mother and I have to talk to you about something," his father began. "I know," Alek responded, "and I know it must be bad since I've been begging you to bring me here for months." He dunked a piece of bread into olive oil. "You know, they might just be doing something nice," Nick said. Alek could hear the implied "not like you deserve it" trailing off of his brother's words. "Well, spit it out and let's get it over with," Alek said. "You're going to summer school," his mother announced, as if he just won a prize. "I'm what?" Alek abandoned the glistening piece of bread on his plate. "They said you're going to summer school," Nick repeated from across the table. "It's not that I couldn't hear them, dimwit, it's just that I didn't believe it," Alek snapped. "Alexander, please, lower your voice," his father admonished him, absent-mindedly running his hands over the salt-and-pepper beard he'd grown this year. "We're in public." If Alek were in a better mood, he might have made a joke about Armenians' deluded belief that, like royalty, paparazzi tracked their every action. But he wasn't. "Why am I going to summer school? It's not like I failed or anything." Alek's mind began racing, trying to figure out what miracle he could perform in the last week of school that might alter this terrible fate. "Honey, Ms. Schmidt said she'd be willing to make an exception for you," Alek's mom explained. "She said that if you retook English and math and earned high enough grades, you could stay on honor track next year." "You spoke to Ms. Schmidt behind my back? This is a total conspiracy." "Alexander, you're 14 years old. We are your parents. When we speak to your guidance counselor, it's for your own good," his father scolded him. "Well, maybe I can still get my grades up." Alek's mother cut him off. "Ms. Schmidt told us that even if you got the highest scores possible, it still wouldn't keep you on honor track." "Well, who cares about that?" Alek fought back. "I'll just take standard next year. It's not like that would be the end of the world." "You know, Alek," his father started, "South Windsor has one of the best public school systems in New Jersey. Your great-grandparents fled Turkey during the genocide of the Armenian people almost 100 years ago and ended up in this country with nothing. They gave up their land, their belongings, and their history to come to a country where they could be safe and where their children would grow up without persecution and receive the best education in the world." Alek knew that when his dad started speaking Old World, things were bad. "Their sacrifice means you have a responsibility to do the best you can," his father concluded. "But what about tennis camp?" Alek cried out. His parents spotted Lizzie returning with a bottle of Evian and stopped talking immediately. God forbid an outsider be privy to the secrets of the family Khederian, Alek thought. "I have good news. We keep some Evian at room temperature in storage," Lizzie said, naively opening the bottle. "I wish you had mentioned that they were plastic bottles," Alek's mother lamented semi-apologetically before Lizzie could pour. "What?" Lizzie asked. "We don't drink from plastic," Alek's mother explained, as if the words coming out of her mouth made perfect sense. "First of all, polyvinyl chloride distributes pollutants that are suspected to disrupt the hormonal balance. Secondly, bisphenol A has been linked to obesity and abnormal chromosomes. And you don't even want to know what the plastic does to the water if it's been left out in the sun." Alek truly marveled at his mother's ability to say insane things reasonably. "We'll just have some green tea," Alek's mom concluded. "Can I tell you about specials?" Lizzie asked, taking a step back in preparation for the anticipated assault. "Actually, can we ask a few questions first?" Alek's dad countered. "Sure," Lizzie responded wearily. Alek's parents wound up for the interrogation. "What farm do you get your mozzarella from? Which of the vegetables are locally sourced? Are the tomatoes organic? Are the pickles boiled before they're brined? Are the peas fresh or frozen? Is the rack of lamb domestic or international?" Lizzie consulted the notes she'd frantically taken on her little pad. Let me see. The mozzarella's generic. I think some of the squash and cucumbers are local, and I don't know about the tomatoes. What else did you ask? Something about pickles?" Lizzie did her best as the tag team barrage continued, but by the time it ended, her spirit had been broken. Nick's not-so-subtle sneers every time she failed to answer a question didn't help. "Do you know what you'd like to eat?" she asked meekly, holding her notepad like a shield. "Or do you need a little more time?" "I think we're still deciding," Alek's father said. Alek swore he heard the formerly kind Lizzie muttering obscenities under her breath as she left. "At least